today I have my March wrap up and April TBR. This is going to be really easy because I read a whopping total of 3 books in March. So I fell into kind of a reading slump, and I don't actually like that term, and I will tell you why one day. I started a zillion books in March, frantically searching for the book that would kind of kick me back into my rhythm. I won't actually tell you all of the books that I started because that would be boring and probably embarrassing. Mostly embarrassing. The 3 that I finished were Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard, and I did a full review video on that book, so I will link it for you. Basically, I gave it 3 out of 5 stars for being shallow and kind of silly. Next, I read The Girl Who Circumnavigated Fairyland in a Ship of Her Own Making, which I've now shown in the last 3 videos. I also read The Girl Who Fell Beneath Fairyland and Led the Revels There. Have I mentioned these books before? Ha 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 ha, yes I have. I keep half mentioning it because the intention is to finish the full series and then do like a proper video about my deep love for them, but I also can't stop mentioning them. But since this is a wrap-up video and I actually did read these in the month of March, we're totally okay. If you love fairy tales, you need to pick these books up. It's gorgeous, it's brilliant, and so far it features some characters that are quickly becoming my favorite like of ever. And that's it. Moving right along to my April TBR, I recently went through my TBR list on Goodreads, and I actually separated out what I have TBR that I own and what is kind of just like a wish list TBR. I ended up with 84 books, give or take a bunch for various reasons, that I own and have not read. I feel like that's a really low number for the booktube community. Probably anybody outside of booktube would look at me like I was crazy, but it was also higher than I was expecting. I was a little taken back by that number for myself. Also, I am in the last like 20 something-ish days of the semester, and so I know that I'm going to continue to be really busy, which is part of the reason why I fell into the reading slump, is because when I would get in bed at night to read, I would just kind of read so much less because I was so tired, it was so late, and then from there I just kind of fell out of the swing of things. Anyway, here's a bunch of books I may or may not read this month. First up, we have A Game of Thrones by George R.R. Martin. I was actually doing the GOT read along with a bunch of lovely booktubers, and I even signed up to host, but because of those lack of time issues and reading slump things and just blah life, I ended up not being able to finish this, and I kind of dropped out of tweeting as well because I fell so far behind everybody else who was doing it. But I really want to finish this because I'm enjoying it immensely. I'm about halfway through. I thought I wouldn't enjoy it as much as I am because a lot of people go on about how it drags and all of the details and different things, but I feel like this experience is made even better by having watched the series first and now I'm reading the book. I don't know why. I will try and pinpoint that more in better words when I'm done with this because I'd like to do a review, but I'm really enjoying it so far. I would like to finish this in April. Next, I have Making Nice by Matt Sumell, and I'm actually about 85% done with this book as well. I considered putting it on the March like wrap up portion of this, but I haven't actually finished, so that would be lying. I will finish it tonight. I feel like, yes, I will finish it tonight, so it will be the first book that I finish in April and everything will be wonderful. Next, I have The Merit Birds by Kelly Powell, which I received as an ARC and is going to be released on May 2nd. The Merit Birds follows a story of an 18-year-old boy who has to relocate to Laos when his mother gets a new job, and he's kind of an angry being. The move ends up being an okay thing for him. He befriends his neighbor, he falls in love, if I'm reading the description right, and he starts to learn about karma and doing good deeds, but then he ends up being falsely accused of a crime. Next, I want to continue in the Fairyland series and do The Girl Who Soared Over Fairyland and Cut the Moon in Two. These titles are so long and I could do a full bloopers video of just me mangling them. Next, I have The Girl on the Train, which is one of the book club picks for the book club that I'm in. I tried to start this, I think 1 or 2 months ago, probably just after it was released, and I didn't get into it, but you know, I'm gonna finish it because I have encouragement. Finally, I have Anya's Ghost, which is a graphic novel. I bought this on Book Outlet and showed it in my haul video. I feel like there were other books that I hauled that I said, and I'm gonna read this in April, but actually I might not, because these are the priority books in April, and we'll see what happens after that. So those are the books that I own that I would like to read, but there are also some new releases in April. I don't know if I will be purchasing them in April or maybe trying to get them from the library. It's kind of a touch and go here with whether or not I will be able to get copies of these. It might depend on if I eat this month. Books or lunch? Adult choices. First, there's An Ember in the Ashes by Sabaa Tahir. Next, The Girl at Midnight by Melissa Gray. Next, Challenger Deep by Neil Shusterman. And finally, Things We Know by Heart by Jessie Kirby. So there you have it. Let me know down in the comments what you are looking forward to reading in April, or if any of the books I've mentioned are on your TBR. Hopefully I can recover from this slightly disappointing month of reading and school will not kick my butt. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys soon.